source of madness creeps into view with its eerie atmosphere and unpredictable enemy designs powered by AI. Each run feels fresh, forcing creative thinking and fast reflexes. The dark, layered art style adds to the mood, while the roguelite mechanics encourage persistence through madness. Combat grows more satisfying with each upgrade, and the sense of progression rewards effort. Those who enjoy mysterious worlds and reactive challenges will find this journey strange, challenging, and strangely rewarding in all the right ways.
Bring it on!
Rift of the NecroDancer expands on its predecessor's rhythmic gameplay in fascinating new ways. This time, it combines rhythm-based lane fights, entertaining mini-games, and a touching plot. The soundtrack is as infectious as ever, making each combat seem thrilling. The range of mechanisms keeps things interesting, ranging from basic rhythm problems to inventive boss fights. The hand-drawn art style adds charm, and the advancement is satisfying. It's an excellent balance of challenge and groove, ideal for rhythm game enthusiasts searching for something new and entertaining. Cobalt Core is a sci-fi rogue-like deck-building game featuring a single-axis fighting system that presents strategic difficulties. Players must direct their crew by playing cards and determining whether to strengthen defenses, escape attacks, or launch preemptive strikes. The game provides a unique tactical experience, allowing players to avoid opposing attacks and exploit loopholes. Players may customize their deck with hundreds of cards and many upgrade routes, taking it from fearsome to invincible. Each character has a distinct gameplay style and narrative. Rebel Transmute delivers an engaging blend of fast-paced action and strategic depth that keeps players hooked from start to finish. The vibrant visuals and fluid animations bring the world to life, while the challenging gameplay strikes a perfect balance between skill and creativity. Each level offers fresh mechanics that encourage experimentation and mastery. The soundtrack complements the intense moments beautifully, enhancing the overall experience. This game stands out as a must-play for fans of dynamic, skill-driven adventures. Black Book is a unique RPG that combines Slavic folklore with dark magic in an engaging way. The story is rich and immersive, with meaningful choices that influence the path ahead. The turn-based combat is strategic and rewarding, encouraging thoughtful planning rather than just quick reflexes. The art style and soundtrack create a mysterious atmosphere that perfectly complements the narrative. A game that invites players to explore its world deeply and enjoy a thoughtful, well-crafted journey. Monster Hunter Rise is a fantastic entry in the series that feels both approachable and rewarding. The combat is sharp and responsive, letting each weapon stand out with its own personality. The wirebug system adds mobility that makes fights more dynamic without feeling overwhelming. Hunts are exciting, whether taking on a quick solo mission or teaming up with others online. The variety of monsters keeps things fresh and encourages experimentation. It's the kind of game that hooks you in with its challenge but keeps you coming back. Neon Abyss throws players into chaotic, neon-lit runs packed with action and randomness. Each run feels fresh, thanks to a wild mix of weapons, items, and unpredictable room layouts. The roguelite progression is addictive, with new rooms and characters unlocking steadily. Visually, it's loud and punchy, and the soundtrack keeps the energy high. The bosses are fun to learn, and the pet system adds just the right touch of madness. A great choice when quick reflexes and a bit of chaos sound like a good time. Dredge casts players into eerie waters where fishing becomes a tense, shadowy task. The calm daylight is deceiving, giving way to creeping horrors once night falls. With clever resource management and a creeping sense of dread, each trip into the fog builds suspense. The art direction is moody, the sound design adds weight, and the progression feels rewarding. There's something strangely satisfying about upgrading a boat while uncovering strange mysteries at sea. For anyone craving slow burn suspense with a dark twist, this is worth the voyage. Undying is a heartfelt survival game that stands out through its emotional storytelling and grounded gameplay. The connection between mother and son gives every scavenging trip and crafted item a real sense of purpose. Its art style balances warmth and despair, fitting perfectly with the world's fading light. Combat takes a backseat to emotion, letting moments of care and quiet tension lead the way. It's a rare kind of game that turns survival into something deeply human, leaving thoughts that linger long after the final day fades. Jack Move is an exciting cyberpunk RPG with deep strategic combat and an engaging story. The turn-based battles require careful planning, rewarding players who enjoy tactical challenges. Its neon-soaked world is immersive, filled with intriguing characters and mysteries to uncover. The soundtrack sets a perfect mood, enhancing the futuristic vibe. Exploration feels meaningful, with plenty of secrets and upgrades to find. This game provides a fresh take on RPG mechanics and narrative depth that keeps players hooked throughout. Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 is a fantastic tribute to the Blue Bomber's later adventures, bundling 4 action-packed titles that perfectly capture the charm and challenge of the series. The tight controls, vibrant pixel art, and catchy chiptune soundtracks make each level a nostalgic delight. Quality-of-life features like save checkpoints and a museum mode add extra polish without compromising the original experience. Whether you're reliving your childhood or discovering these classics for the first time, this collection delivers satisfying gameplay and enduring retro appeal in every stage. Tunche is a hand-drawn beat-em-up with roguelike elements set in a vibrant Amazon jungle. The combat feels responsive, with each character offering a different style and pace. Animations are expressive, and the cooperative mode adds fun and variety. Music pairs well with the energetic tone, and the visual detail stays consistent across stages. Story scenes add personality without dragging down the pace. For those who enjoy action with a touch of the mystical, this is a solid, enjoyable journey worth taking. There Is No Light draws you into a bleak, atmospheric world packed with weighty combat and a striking pixel art style. The enemy designs and environments feel oppressive in the best way, creating a mood that sticks. Boss fights demand timing and patience, pushing reflexes without feeling unfair. The eerie soundtrack works wonders in maintaining tension throughout. A strong sense of progression and world building keeps the journey engaging. For those who enjoy methodical action in dark, lore-rich settings, this game is worth the time. Owlboy is an adventure that feels both thoughtful and engaging. The world is rich with detail, each area inviting careful exploration. Characters are memorable, and their interactions add depth to the story. The platforming and flight mechanics feel intuitive, making movement satisfying without being frustrating. Puzzles challenge without overwhelming, and the progression feels steady and rewarding. Music and visuals create a sense of wonder that complements the gameplay, keeping the journey enjoyable from beginning to end. Moonglow Bay is a charming and heartfelt experience that blends cozy fishing mechanics with a touching story about healing and community. The voxel art style is surprisingly expressive, and the soundtrack perfectly captures the town's tranquil vibe. Cooking and selling meals adds a satisfying layer of progression, while meeting quirky townsfolk keeps things fresh. It's a slow-paced game, but that's part of its magic, inviting you to relax, explore, and rebuild at your own rhythm. Perfect for those who love narrative-driven games with a warm, wholesome spirit. Laika Age Through Blood is a hauntingly beautiful blend of motorbike action and somber storytelling. The hand-drawn visuals are breathtaking, and the unique mix of platforming with physics-based writing feels incredibly fluid. Combat is surprisingly tactical, with the slow-motion gunplay adding satisfying tension. What truly sets it apart is its emotional depth. Laika's journey is raw, poetic, and unforgettable. Every challenge feels meaningful, and every success earned. It's a soulful ride through a wasteland that lingers in your mind long after. The Swindle sneaks in with a clever mix of stealth and strategy, set against a steampunk London backdrop. Every heist feels like a puzzle, demanding quick thinking and adapting on the fly. The roguelike structure keeps things fresh, pushing for smarter upgrades and smarter plays. The art style is distinct, and the music builds the perfect tension. Once the timing clicks, it becomes a satisfying dance of dodging, hacking, and escaping with seconds to spare. A solid pick for those who enjoy risk, reward, and a bit of chaos in their runs. Swords of Bones is a game inspired by classics from the 1980s and 1990s, delivering a traditional experience in which players go back in time fighting monsters, avoiding traps, and collecting power-ups and prizes. The game has 16-bit visuals that are evocative of classic genre treasures, as well as ambient chiptune music that contributes to the somber ambiance. The game has over 50 levels, 16-bit style graphics, collectible power-ups, fantastic bosses to vanquish, dramatic chiptune music, and 2 endings to explore. Save Me Mr. Tako Definitive Edition feels like a heartfelt tribute to classic handheld adventures. Its pixel art, retro soundtrack, and inventive platforming create a nostalgic yet fresh tone. Every area invites exploration with secrets to uncover, witty dialogue, and endearing characters that bring the world to life. The refined controls and modern touches improve the pace without losing its retro identity. It's a delightful, rewarding journey that celebrates old-school creativity while remaining welcoming to both veterans and newcomers alike. The Skylia Prophecy is an action RPG set in a medieval fantasy universe, where the heroine, Mirenia, goes on a quest for forgiveness after unwittingly releasing a demonic entity. She travels to Turkan Fortress to cast an old ritual to end the horror she unleashed 3 years ago. Mirenia must decide whether to use her shield blade to achieve her aim or to aggravate the situation. The game's various locations, old dungeons, and zombie swarms are inspired by the Souls series. Players may collect incentives to reduce the game's difficulty and affect the final stages. Jade Order emerges as a clever and thoughtful puzzle adventure where strategy and timing shape every moment. The pixel art feels alive with mood and subtle detail, while the ambient soundtrack creates a calm yet mysterious rhythm that perfectly matches its world. Each puzzle feels fair and inventive, pushing players to think carefully rather than rush through. There's a steady sense of curiosity that keeps building, encouraging just one more try to uncover how the next challenge connects in this serene, mystical realm. Inukari Chase of Deception is a classic vintage platforming game that seeks to restore order and harmony in a world where humans have lost respect for animals. The game has 24 levels spread across 3 planets, rich pixel art images, exciting gameplay with a distinct tempo, seamless action and boss fights, and an uplifting 8-bit music. The game is intended to be fast-paced and exciting, with players rushing to acquire objects while defeating foes and bosses. Players must restore order and reconnect people with nature. Outbuddies DX sinks deep into retro Metroidvania vibes with moody pixel art and a moody synth soundtrack to match. The dual character mechanic adds a clever twist, encouraging both exploration and puzzle solving without slowing things down. Enemy encounters feel fair but demand attention, and the map rewards curiosity with satisfying secrets. There's a strong sense of progression, and movement feels responsive and smooth. This is a thoughtful adventure that respects the classics while adding a distinct identity. The Mooseman is a mesmerizing journey into ancient mythology, brought to life through beautiful hand-drawn art and a mesmerizing soundtrack. Exploring the spirit world feels both mysterious and rewarding, with each step uncovering rich cultural lore and atmospheric depth. The puzzles are subtle yet satisfying, encouraging observation rather than brute force. What makes it stand out is its quiet confidence in telling a story rooted in Finno-Ugric legend. This is a game that gently pulls players into a world worth getting lost in. MARSUPILAMI HOOBADVENTURE is an exciting new adventure set in Palambaya, where three marsupilamis, Punch, Twister, and Hope, unintentionally release a curse upon all animals. The marsupilamis are resistant to the spell, but they must face it to break it. An totally forgotten realm has reappeared. Introducing new hungry opponents and creative gaming aspects, players must complete 26 levels over the 3 basic worlds, as well as 10 more in the secret dino world. The game offers gorgeous graphics, a bright art style, and fascinating soundtrack, as well as a new tough mode. Venice 2089 paints a futuristic Venice with warmth and melancholy, inviting players to glide through its flooded canals on a hoverboard while uncovering small yet touching moments of life. The hand-drawn visuals, smooth controls, and mellow electronic soundtrack combine to create a world that feels alive and reflective. Conversations with locals add heart, while light puzzles keep things engaging. It's a short but meaningful journey that quietly explores change, memory, and connection in a city learning to adapt to its new reality. Summer Catchers is an arcade game that transports players on an epic journey through a world full of mysterious delights, strange animals, and exhilarating races. Players drive a wooden automobile through shady forests, marshes, vast valleys, and subterranean towns, confronting countless obstacles and larger-than-life difficulties. Key features include a unique arcade game that combines racing, narrative rhythm, and puzzle aspects, allowing players to explore the visually gorgeous pixel art universe, acquire unique powers, and upgrade their vehicle.